rage like real. I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Rage Real. So today's video, I want to show you guys one of the most unique formations in Madden 23. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go in and sub and turn those post notifications on. So first and foremost, I am in the Cardinals offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Cardinals offensive playbook. Now also, I am on current gen. So if you're wanting to know if this works on next gen, please go in practice mode, follow along with me in next gen practice mode, and just let me know if it works out for you guys or not. Some things work on next gen that work on current gen, some things don't. So just, you know, it'll help everybody out who's wondering the same thing about next gen. So quickly, I just kind of want to talk about my CFL. So if you're interested in either A, playing me, or B, just being in a money CFL, make sure you go to my website, allthingsmadden.com. The link is in the description. You'll see the money CFL section. Make sure you are on current gen PS4 for you to sign up, okay? Now, when you sign up, it's going to be a $10 entry fee. Now, first place gets $250 and second place gets $50, I believe. Something like that, but it's on the website. Everything like that's on the website. Now when you pay for it, you will get sent a Discord link into your account, so make sure you go and check it, and then you'll click inside the Discord link, and then you'll be in the Discord. You'll be all set. So if you're interested in it, please make sure you sign up. Now, last thing is I also have ebooks as well. So if you want ebooks, you want to just take a look at what I got, just check out the link in the description. Also, there is next gen ebooks. Goated Mills is also on the website for next gen. So make sure you go check it out if you're interested in any of that. So with all that out the way, man, I really like this gun double stack formation, and I've chose the Vikings for a reason. Now, you really want to have slot apprentice and you want to have outside apprentice. I think it makes this offense flourish. And I'll explain why this offense is good here once we get out on the field. So first and foremost, I like to put my slot apprentice right here where Adam Thielen is, and I like to put my outside apprentice where Justin Jefferson is. So to me, this is a perfect, the Vikings is the perfect team to use a scheme for. So you can either keep Kirk Cousins in, or if you want to run a little read option play, you can put in Mon. I believe he's like 88 speed or something like that, 88, 89. It's somewhere up in there, but you can put him in if you want to. So anyways, the reason I like this is because you have a lot of RPO. So this is just a really RPO friendly formation, and these RPOs are actually really good, honestly. And if they want sitting man coverage, then I'll show you a setup that'll absolutely destroy any style of man coverage they want to play, which means that they will have to play zone to beat you. And if they're doing that, then basically we're gonna win, because these run plays are really that overrated. So honestly, man, this is actually one of the most sleeper formations inside of Madden, and it's slowly becoming more meta. I'm hearing about it more and more, so I wanted to go and show you guys how I would personally run it. So anyways, we got the RPO zone alert, which is really nice. The RPO read is essentially the read option, and we also have this RPO trap alert, which is extremely good. And yeah, I like to actually come out and smash. So how I set my audibles up personally is I put all the RPOs, so the trap, the zone, the read, and then I put 4 verticals, and then I typically come out and smash. Now, one thing I forgot to test to see if we can actually get 4 receivers on the field. So basically, this is your tight end right here. I don't believe we can. We'll take a look at the packages and see if maybe we can sneak them in. Nope. So the only thing they let us do is twin tight end flip, which is fine. You really don't need 4 receivers out here for this formation to be great. It's already great how it is. So we're gonna go to smash. Now, first and foremost, I'm gonna come out in dollar, because typically what you're gonna face online is people coming out in dollar against you because they see you're in a gun formation. And then essentially what's going to happen is you're going to run the ball down their throat so much that they're going to want to come out in a nickel set, or, you know, something a little bit heavier personnel. And then we're going to be able to just flourish, honestly, because the run plays are just absolutely crazy. So what we're going to do is go to dollar, and then I'm just going to come out, and let's just come out in cover 3. Now, what I want to do for this video is I actually want to give you guys coverage beaters, and then I want to show you a concept if you just want to dot your opponent up and down the field. So I want to start off with the dot first, because we can bomb every single coverage except for cover 3. That is the only coverage we cannot bomb. So against cover 3 or any zone coverage, match, I try not to do this versus match because I have a particular setup. But you want to make sure that your outside apprentice is on the wide side of the field for this particular one. That's why the ball is on the left hash. So I'll talk about the run after I give you the setup, but you want to take circle right here and put him on a post corner. You want to take X, put him on a streak. You want to take your running back right here, put him on a swing to the outside apprentice side. Now, next thing you want to do is take square right here. I like to put him on a stop route right here, and then take triangle, put them on a baby in route. So this concept right here will beat every single coverage in the game. Now, sometimes I may smart route triangles route, it just depends. But for the most part, I like to just put them on a little baby in route. Now, for this one, it's just a flood style concept. So normally you're going to need to double team. If my double team animation will pop up, they aren't letting it pop up. So what I'm going to do is spy that defensive end right here. But normally you want to double team that end, and you just want to drift out in the pocket that way. So you want to look at triangle, and then you want to come back and hit circle right there in that gap. And it's important that you drift out the pocket. So essentially, this is good because you're going to make the user have to choose. Either they're going to have to cover this route right here, or they're going to have to cover this little route. Now, if you picture we don't have 2 quarterback spies because we're in all Madden practice mode, we can throw this ball right here, if that makes sense. Now, if they wanted to keep a spy, then simply we just wouldn't drift out the pocket, and I'll show you that right here, right now. So, like I said, it's going to be hard because they really be coming on here, honestly. So, it's just hard to actually get passes off. So, anyway, circle on the post corner, X on the street, square on the hitch route, triangle on the baby in route, and R1 you're supposed to swing them. That's my fault. You're supposed to swing R1, but I was going to show you right there that that gap gets open. So if the user does not cover that, you could throw that gap every single time. So it just you can tell that little high-low right there. Now, next thing I want to show you is versus cover 2, because those are going to be the hardest zones to actually just consistently beat. But the good thing about these zones is that it's really easy to run the ball on these zones with this particular offense. But I'll talk about that here in a second. I promise I got y'all. I didn't forget. So here we go right here. R1 on the swing, square on the hitch, triangle on the in route, and then we're good, man. We're good. So with this one cover 2, you have to drift out in the pocket because you're going to need that cornerback to pull down, and as soon as he pulls down, you want to go ahead and throw it over the top of their head. And it's a really, really annoying concept. Now, what makes this formation great is that I'm going to move the ball back in the middle of the field just so we can kind of talk about the RPOs and stuff like that. But what makes this formation great is that we can flip the play with no tail. So notice how now we can flip the play. And if you wanted to flip it with this side, I guess one thing you could try is take a triangle, put them on a corner, square on the streak. And you could just set it up to this side if you want to. But this side, it's a little bit harder just because the corner route doesn't do as good of a job, but you still can, you know. So I just wanted to make sure I did show you guys both. Now you can put them on an out or a swing, whichever one you want. It's literally up to you. But the corner route doesn't get open as nice. You kind of have to wait, and then kind of let them set up. I like to kind of let them settle and then throw the ball because sometimes if you're not careful, you will throw a pick. And again, you want to run this concept when you're on the hash marks. So don't try to run that concept in the middle of the field like I just did. You want to run that on the hash marks. Now, moving forward, I want to talk about the run plays. So the run plays, it's honestly really good. So all you want to do, I'm going to get to this guy right here, but any D tackle, if they're good, you always want to double team no matter what the run play is. So even, let me kind of show you why that is. So notice how he kind of just bullies, and then we kind of get blew up because Kenny Clark just pretty much bullied our offensive lineman. Now, if we go back to that same trap and we actually double team him, watch what happens now. Notice how he kind of doesn't, he still makes a tackle because I chose the wrong way to run, but you can tell he didn't bully our offensive line. So just a nice little trick for you guys in case you guys wasn't familiar with that. But also, what's good about this is that these run plays work versus any defense. It's just some work better than others. So for right here, let's say they were pinching their defensive line, right? So kind of watch what happens. Notice how they kind of play it well, right? So your opponent might be saying, okay, cool. I'm just going to sit in cover 3, and I'm going to pinch my defensive line, and then, you know, I got this formation bagged. You know, so what you can do is actually go to RPO zone alert. So you can actually just double team this D tackle, and you're just going to see what works. So notice how right here, we're going to gain a lot of yards on that zone. And the good thing about it is that the best part about this defense is I want you to pay attention to how many people's in the box. So what the box means is from this tackle, if they're going to let me click, can they let me click the alignment? Okay, they're not. So you see 71 and 75, that's your box. So notice how we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 linemen in the box. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that means each lineman has one person to block. Now, the good thing about this is that they try to base the line sometimes and press to get more guys into the box. Sometimes we actually can throw the little RPO if they aren't putting the correct zone drops out there. So what I mean by that is notice how right here, well, I got to throw out a sack, but you get the idea. So we can actually just throw something out there, you know. So it's going to force your opponent to have to play hard flats. And if they play hard flats, they will run that concept that I just showed you. And also, we do have one play touchdowns in here that we can utilize as well. But essentially, you just want to make a read, you know, maybe spin out here. And sometimes they give you better animations if you have the little ability for him to run faster. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it exists. But anyways, it's just such a nice formation because it forces your opponent to have to put everybody outside, if that makes sense, because that's where they're going to auto align. Your opponent has to do a lot to bring people inside. And that's just how it is. So next thing I want to show you is just the RPO read. Now, sometimes if the defensive end is crashed down, they won't let them read them. So notice how we widen them out, and now the defense ends are read man. But if they pinch them, it's going to go to the next outside person, which is that R over there. So you just want to do a simple read. And the cool thing is sometimes you can do that sometimes. Now, that's not like that every time. It depends on if they're playing zone, man coverage. But it's something that you can utilize. And be careful. Sometimes they may call a penalty on that. It just depends how far up you go and how far your linemen go. But you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to, obviously. But just wanted to show you that now. Next thing I want to show you is bombs, right? And then so basically, I love this setup that I'm about to give you versus every single coverage that's not cover 3. Literally every single one that's not cover 3. So to prove this to you, I'm going to go to cover 2. Now, I'm personally going to spy these people. So you might be wondering real why. Because I need to show you guys on replay what I like and what gets open. And this setup will work for man, zone, or match coverage. So what you want to do is you want to take circle, you want to put them on a post route. You want to take X, put them on the in route. You want a smart route as in route. You want to take R1, put them on an option route. Now, lastly, you want to take triangle right here, and you want to put him on a post route just like this. Now, I know this looks crazy, but we can actually bomb every coverage besides cover 3 in the game. We can bomb cover 4 drop, man coverage, and match coverage as well. So what we're looking for is circle and cover 2. Now, the user is going to have to cover triangle, and what you're going to notice is that they're going to pretty much part ways right there. Oh, my bad. Cover 2 is a tad bit different. You need to throw that ball a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go back and replay and show you. It's all about the timing with this one. Now, technically, there's something else you can do to make it more wide open if you wanted to, but to keep everything simple, I'd rather show you one setup that works versus everything instead of certain setups that work versus certain coverages. So that's just how I like to operate. Now, this works because this mid-read right here is going to get glitched out a little bit. Notice how he gets glitched out, and you want to throw this ball right now. There's no reason to wait, so notice how I actually did not throw this ball yet. As soon as he crosses the face of that safety, you want to let this ball go. And I will show you that here in a second. Now, the reason this setup is good because the user is almost always going to be in the middle of the field when they're playing cover 2. And what's great is that sometimes you can actually glitch out that cloud. And notice how the cloud is going to go down. And we can actually have this post route sometimes. So be careful. Be on the lookout for that too, because that is possible. Just because there's nobody out here to occupy him. So we have that option, and also we have this in route, which is going to hold that user in the middle. And of course, we're looking to split the safeties in cover 2. So again, I'll run it one more time just to show you that it is really consistent. You just want to make sure you throw it as soon as he crosses the face of that safety. Again, that setup is circle on the post, R1 on the option route, X on the in route, smart route it, then take triangle, put them on the post route, and that's what I love to do right there. So again, you'll have more than enough time to throw this in game. I just want to be able to show you that you can get it wide open. It doesn't take that much time in the pocket, and if it does, you have options to throw the ball underneath. Okay, just want to make sure you guys did mention that. Well, I did mention that. Excuse me. Now that was cover 2, and I want to show you that this definitely does bomb cover 4 drop. It doesn't matter. So circle on the post, X on the in route, smart route it to 10 yards, R1 on the option route, triangle on a post route. And we're going to be able to bomb cover 4 drop as long as circle doesn't do anything wonky. So notice how right there, he's going to get just all the way behind him, and then we pretty much are going to have a one-play touchdown against cover 4 drop. And this works so well because we have that in route, which is going to have to hold that user in the middle of the field, because this is a hook curl right here. So notice what the hook curl does. He has to guard this. So even if it's like a CPU and a user D-line rushing you, we have all kind of dots. And sometimes you can still even sneak this throw in here right here, depending on what they're putting that purple at. If they're playing a hard flat, it literally just all depends, because we're going to glitch this guy out right here. So again, man, this offense could just be really crazy. Now, if you're curious about a full ebook, make sure you do go request this formation if it's what you want, and I will give you all the setups that I like out of this particular formation using slide apprentice and outside apprentice. Now, next thing I want to talk about is man coverage, because what you're going to realistically get when you load up online is a lot of man coverage, and they're going to do just this right here. They're going to play man with 2 high safeties, and if they can't stop the run, which they probably won't in this particular defense, they're going to put a purple and then user this guy or something, or they're going to put they're going to do something where they maybe spy this guy and then user this guy, or they may, like I said, purple him, and then user this guy. You'll get a lot of that stuff. So if they play a style like that, we're golden, because we have every single route on the field that can beat man coverage. So for now, I'm gonna put that purple out there just to kind of simulate something. But anyway, circle on the post, X on the in route, smart route, R1 on the option route, triangle. You can either put them on a post or you can put them on a crosser if you know they're playing man coverage. But I like the post better because it does better against match coverage if you know guess wrong and they play match. But anyways, just want to show you this real quick. So R1's going to do a nice out route. X is going to do an in route. And we also have circle if you have the good matchup that can actually beat his man for a one-play touchdown. If you have a good matchup. That's only if. Okay, so if they have somebody really good on him and you don't have that best of a player, maybe you're on Reds or something and they have just the best corner versus just somebody you put outside apprentice on, you know, it may not get open as well. But like I was telling you guys, the user has to stay in the middle of the field. And if they play a purple on this side, basically that purple is going to get widened out by this little corner route. And a lot of times you're going to have this in route or this post that's coming across right here. And then lastly, you can tell we could actually split the safeties for a one-play touchdown. So it's just you're giving them too much to worry about if they want to play man coverage. Now, last thing I'll show you guys real quick is actually some match coverage. But I want to go to dime normal. And actually, you know what? Let's go to something more realistic. Let's go to nickel over. So I want to go to nickel over because I want to show you the run as well. So I'm going to quickly just talk about it. So I'm not going to sub anybody because most likely this is what you'll see. And what we're actually going to do is actually sub in some match cover. So they have cover 4 quarters. What else do they have that people run? I don't really see people run cover 2 invert. I see cover 6. So yeah, we'll run it just like that. So let's actually go to what do we want to come out in? What's something good? Let's see. We'll start off in man coverage. We'll just come out in man because I want to show you guys the run. That's what's really important because you guys need to be able to use this offense right. So you really want to be running the ball every play that you can. Don't pass. You want to run the ball as much as possible. Force them to get uncomfortable with the run. So I'm gonna pinch my defense because most people put that guy in the box. Now, if they play a defense like this, a lot of times the trap will be really nice because we can actually get a lane, and this is what makes this offense tough because this run game is just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But I don't want to keep repeating myself with the run, so what we're going to do is move forward. I just want to show you an example of the run, that's all. So just want to show you match coverage because most people will use a 3-rec. I actually forgot to come out and play smash. That's completely my fault. But yeah, I just want to show you match real quick, and that's going to be the video. And last thing I want to say is I truly appreciate you guys that are still here. Y'all mean the world to me, man. It's people like y'all who are watching this right now, 17 minutes in, is why I keep doing these videos because, you know, I love hearing you guys' feedback. I love talking to y'all in the comments. So if you ever just want to say something, man, I respond to everybody. So just, if you just have something you want to say, maybe you didn't understand something I went over, or maybe, you know, you like recommendations. And I do hear y'all sometimes, I can say sometimes, I do hear y'all with the recommendations. So I'm still trying to do better, you know. So anyways, with match coverage, a lot of times triangle is going to be the one you want to read at all times, and it all depends on who you have at circle, or, you know, if something glitchy happens with circle. But a lot of times triangle is going to be your main bet. Try to buy a little time here to try to just let everything progress because realistically, all Madden practice mode with 4 linemen with no good offensive linemen normally just going to get shedded just absolutely crazy. But anyways, if you have time, barring, normally what's going to happen is you're going to have this in route that gets open, so the user will have to either guard the in route or they're going to have to guard this little hitch route by the running back. So that's why I love this because most people are going to be on the 3-rec. This is your 3-rec right here. Notice who takes some man coverage and notice who does not take our receiver. So we have a wide open man here. And this post route will actually, you can actually throw this post route. I know it looks scary, but you can throw that because the safety won't be able to jump it. You just want to aim the ball like down low basically, and you'll have that. And sometimes you can have this. It all depends on who you have and who they have at safety. All that matters, the speed, all that matters. So that's cover 4 quarters, and I will show you cover 6. But again, I love hitting that post route by our slot apprentice. I couldn't think for a second, but anyways, here we go right here. Hopefully I'm gonna get some time. Hopefully, there's no promises. We'll try to step up. Wow, I just got sucked into an animation, but that's fine. Notice how cover 6 is gonna play the same exact way. So the user will have to guard that in route. So basically what you can picture is we're gonna have this post route pretty much every single time. So notice how, because it's a man beating post route, and you know, this should be one of your best route runners, so he should be able to win on that matchup. So notice how, again, it's the same thing that happens. The 3-rec is going to take the running back. The quarter flat ends up guarding the running back because that's technically his responsibility after a certain point, and they just don't actually pick him up, and that's why we have a wide open dot. So if they were user rushing you playing match coverage, you could literally just run this play and just buy enough time to actually hit this route right here all day, or you can hit this route right here, or depending on who you have, you can actually hit them over the top for a one-play touchdown. But anyways, man, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.